Welcome back, D-List. Oh. Episode 10.
Impressive.
Perfect.
How we pull this off?
We're doing Donnie Darko today. Made in 2001. Directed by Richard Kelly.
Oh.
Dick Kelly.
Big Dick.
Big
Kelly.
Dick. Big Dick Kel.
Big Dick Cows. What Big Dick Cows cook up?
Got a long synopsis for you guys. Very confusing movie.
Pretty simple, I thought.
A lot going on.
Peak though.
Randomness going on. So I'm going to try to sum it up best for some context. 28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the world will end, is what a person dressed in a bunny outfit, very demonic looking bunny outfit, told Donald Darko.
Big Don.
We find out that guy's name is Frank. And he made Donald Darko walk into a golf course, which ultimately saved him his life because a plane engine crashed into Donnie's building, into his room. Donnie is seen as a kid with psychological problems and even goes to a therapist. They diagnosed him with paranoid schizophrenia, which Donnie will go into this other realm, and he sees Frank, and Frank tells him to perform certain tasks, like flood the school, set this guy's house on fire.
Did that too.
Which Donald does.
Big Don.
Donald's a
Big Don.
savage.
Ultimately, it starts him looking into what's going on to himself because he's curious. And he starts studying time travel and the philosophies around destiny. Crazy. Which caused him to... He gets his book, goes to this lady's house. Ultimately, his girlfriend dies.
Damn.
Killed by Frank.
Damn, fucking Frank.
Which is crazy.
Rip Gretchen.
And so what he does to Frank? He kills Frank.
Damn.
Fought you, Frank. Stupid ass.
And then Donnie drives on top of the mountain to watch the world end because 28 days has gone by. Then it sucks back in time. Engine falls and kills Donald Darko.
Loop it
in
back.
his room. Time travel.
What does Gretchen do?
She's back alive. She don't even know who Donald Darko is.
Damn.
So it's kind of all over the place, but that's how the movie was. And
Simple synopsis.
It was a little confusing, but I did some research. Yeah, guys, did some research.
Oh.
Doesn't happen often.
And people around the web think that Frank luring Donnie to the golf course created an alternate universe where Donnie lives, which created this loop of 28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, and 12 seconds, mainly due to Donnie not wanting to accept death because of his fears of it, of not knowing what's to come, not knowing what to do with your life.
That's deep.
And the whole plot of the movie is essentially every character caught in this time loop trying to push Donnie towards the right decision, with Frank's guidance telling him the right path to do, which caused him to fall in love with this girl, Gretchen. Ultimately see her die, and he does the sacrifice of allowing himself to die to fix the timeline so everything is back to normal. It's a weird movie. I gave it 4 stars.
Well, it makes perfect sense.
Edge up to me.
I gave it perfect 4 stars, perfect sense. I said it was all over the place in a good way, and in the sense of how it all connects in the end, especially when you give it deeper thought, and you see all the clues about it being kind of an alternate reality, and how Donnie can fix it by like coming to terms with himself to get everything back to normal. What do you guys think?
Word. I give it 4 stars. I like this movie a lot. I think I first saw it when I was 15 or 16, and I like halfway understood it, but didn't fully. I think when I watched it the first time, I didn't realize it was like a whole, they were talking about time travel for like half the movie. It didn't even clock in my head. I thought he was just like schizoed out and a little freak. And I didn't understand the ending, but this time around, the movie just banged the whole way through. I like their little things they did throughout, the way everything connects. I know some people don't like that little like future worm portal thing that comes out of their chest and guides them where to go, but I thought that was really cool. I like the way Donnie talks. Like his dad. Fuck with his dad. And
That
soundtrack's elite.
Yeah, that worm thing goes into with destiny and how everything is predetermined with what the research he was. You need to go back and forth with his teacher talking about it, and how if you know the future, you choosing to do something else is like breaking away from the future, where Donnie was thinking that everything is destined.
True.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I give it 4 stars as well. I like it. I think it's very aesthetically pleasing. It's very entertaining. I loved Frank. I remember before I ever watched this movie, I would always see pictures of like the rabbit suit guy or whatever, and I just thought he looked so like appealing, and like I wanted to know what the hell that costume was about and why this fucking image is on the cover of this movie. Like I think that character and that aspect of the movie is just really cool. I do think it was just pretty confusing to me. Like I mean, I kind of understand everything that was going on, and like after doing research, it all makes a little more sense. And I do really want to watch it again after doing a bunch of research on the movie, so I could really see what was going on and find all the clues and whatnot. But I just think like I've watched it twice, and after my second watch, I was still like kind of at the end, like what the fuck just happened? Like why did all this stuff happen? So I think like I don't know, like it was a little confusing for me, which I think made me dock it a star and not give it like a perfect rating or whatever. Mm-hmm. But there's a bunch of stuff I liked about it. I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal was a young boy, and he was really elite. He was sick, and there's a bunch of other. It was pretty funny too. Like
it was, yeah.
There were a bunch of funny parts.
He had a lot of good one-liners and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't remember it being funny when I watched it when I was younger,
it was
but
dumb
this time
funny.
around I was cracking up.
Yeah,
especially his friends too. Mm-hmm. His friends were killing me the entire movie.
His friends were funny.
Not the one friend that was kind of racist, but the other one was hilarious.
There's this one scene when the two dads were watching football, and their son, I guess, of the doctor, he didn't know what was going on. He's like, "No, we really need to get a safety here, guys." and the two dads just looked at each other like, and they didn't say
This is my son.
They're like, this motherfucker don't know what the hell going on.
Dude, another funny part with the dad was when they were in the meeting with after Donnie said the crazy shit to the teacher, and she was like, "I'll tell you what he said. He's told me to stick that index card up my anus or some shit." And the dad's like, and he's like,
he did that shit at the dinner table too. Him and his sister were talking shit to each other. I think he called her fuck ass or something, and the little girl went, "Daddy, what's a fuck ass?" And he went,
The teacher said he asked me to forcibly insert the lifeline exercise card into my anus.
yeah.
And the dad just kind of laughed right there.
And then like they cut to him walking out of the office and he's fucking cheesing. It's funny shit. Yeah,
love that guy.
There were a bunch of funny parts. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I liked it. I think I think there were a bunch of cool aspects of the movie. Like the soundtrack was pretty sick too. The song at the end.
Yeah, I was about to say literally one of the last note I wrote on my phone was ending with Mad World is, and then in all caps, one of the best soundtrack decisions of all time.
It was so
and I
good.
truly think it might be because that like
what's that song called?
Mad World.
Yeah.
All around me are familiar.
It was perfect.
It just perfectly like encapsulates Donnie in the entire movie, and it's just right there at the end with the montage of everybody.
Great choice.
Peak.
For sure. Damn, Connor McDavid's my age.
And you have 0 points in the NHL. Let that sink in.
0 points in the NHL. 0 hits in the MLB. 0 career points in the NBA. And 0 sacks in the NFL.
What a fucking resume.
Why not yards? You're a receiver in college.
I just wanted to say the most random NFL stat that you wouldn't have expected.
0 field goals
kind of
made.
like this movie, just very unexpected.
It was.
So I said sacks.
No, I expected it all.
On that note, should we go into a scene that I did expect to happen?
Yes.
Yeah, so after one of my favorite scenes, in
Which
quotes,
was?
after Donnie and his sister were sitting there arguing at the table, and he was up in his room, and his mom started talking to him. She's like, where's my Donnie? Where's my son I know? And she closed the door, and he walked out, and he went, "Bitch."
She goes to the room and said, "Your son just called me a bitch."
And I put you're not a bitch. You're bitching.
You're
I put
bitching.
W Riz.
Also, kind of cool.
Riz.
Kind of cool thing. Me and Corey, I won't lie, we were talking about this a little bit before you got here. His mom was played by fucking
Jake Gyllenhaal's mother.
you.
And his sister
Gyllenhaal's
in the
mom.
movie.
His sister's
by
Maggie.
Jake
Jake Gyllenhaal's sister.
Yeah, freaking.
It's kind of sick.
Yeah, actually, my next movie is The Secretary, starring
Jake Gyllenhaal's sister.
And she talks
Rachel.
Rachel.
You know what that's from?
Fucking Dark Knight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Played by Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Very good.
I didn't know that was his mom though. Was it really?
Yeah.
Are you
I didn't know
sure?
that either.
Yeah. I
Her
went.
last name is not Gyllenhaal.
It is. I
No,
was
it's
going.
not.
I promise you, it
Your
is.
mom's
The
last
actor's
name
name is
doesn't have to be your
like-
last name.
Molly McDonald or some
I was
shit.
going through Letterboxd and I saw. Please hold. I'm doing my research.
I'm about to look right now.
I'm doing my research.
Maggie. Mary McDonald.
Yeah, it's not fucking Gyllenhaal.
Maggie Gyllenhaal played Elizabeth Darko.
That's the sister.
Oh, word, you're right.
Motherfuckers is not spitting facts in this.
Moving on.
Hey,
Hell
at
nah.
least he looked at Letterboxd to get some of the names though this time, huh?
Yeah.
Instead of Darko's mom, bitch. Or
The
his
Frank was one brother, Maggie was the other sister. Which is a whole family affair. The grandmother was Grandma Death.
That was his,
Bro, Grandma
that was his
Death
great
is-
grandmother. They got her out the fucking psychiatric house.
They CGI'd images of her from the 40s. Grandma Death, by the way,
Great character.
great character.
Loved it.
I love that character.
I thought she was
Not
gonna
a word
teach him some stuff. Or be
Well,
like,
I guess there's a like in the director's cut, it's like 40 minutes longer, and like more stuff is explained. And
I was gonna watch the director's cut, and then I was looking at the two on Prime. I was picking between the two, and I literally went like shot for shot with the two for a solid 20 minutes. I'm like, they're probably watching theatrical, so I'm gonna just go watch that version of it.
I want to watch the director's cut now after doing all the research and shit.
I tell you, the song at the beginning is different.
Yeah, I saw some shit that a lot of the music was changed in the theatrical cut and the director's cut. What the hell were we talking about before that?
I
see.
can't. I told him like, did you know that his sister is actually his sister in real life? He goes, and their mom's his mom.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh man.
We're on to another stupid scene and funny quote I liked when they're sitting in the classroom. And the English teacher, love the English teacher, by the way. Great.
Yeah, she's great.
Fucking
Fucking
awesome.
Drew Barrymore.
Amazing.
Sit
Yeah,
by who you
sick.
think's the cutest.
Great scene. But
That was a
also,
good scene.
fucking, she was asking that one girl what she thought on the book, and she gave her thoughts, and they were just dead fucking wrong. And one of Donnie's friends leans up behind her and goes, "You suck." And he fucking just leans back.
She said like, I thought they were gonna rob the house or some bullshit.
Dumb bitch.
And then she
Stupid as
basically
hell.
just fucking roasted the shit out of her. She's like,
yeah, no, just
if
cooked
you
her
weren't
ass.
a fucking idiot, maybe you like would have got it right. But nah, you're a fucking. Never mind. I'm not gonna say
Dumb
that
little
word.
stupid bitch.
No, stupid whore.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Guys, I respect women. I don't use those phrases.
I do too. But I
Whore
mean, a
power.
whore is a whore. You know.
True.
You're not a whore. You're whoring. Type shit.
Nice.
Type shit.
Type shit.
I mean, I
Looking. I thought it was funny that Seth Rogen was in the movie.
Seth
Yeah.
Rogen.
So, you know,
I
that was-
forgot he was in it, dude.
you
When
know
I
that
saw
was
him, I was
his,
like,
his first movie he's ever been in.
I saw that.
That was his first movie.
That was number one, yeah.
first feature
Well,
film.
his first like big screen movie.
Oh, he just stands out so much.
I like that, like they.
I saw him. I'm like,
He does. Like, is that Seth
I was
Rogen?
like, what the fuck's he doing?
I like how too after everything he's been in, he just feels so out of place in that role. Like he's just school bully, just school
So out of
goon,
place, but it's
and
perfect.
It just doesn't it doesn't feel right.
It's perfect though. I saw something that it was his first role, and
Jerry Trainer was in the movie.
yep,
Yeah.
I don't
crazy,
even remember-
crazy Steve.
Yeah.
he was in the scene where Jim Cunningham's at the school. He's giving his little TED
Oh.
talk, and then he's one of the kids that goes up and like asks a question.
Yeah, it says Lanky Kid.
Yeah,
And
what did he
Ashley
ask?
Tisdale too.
Was she? I didn't know that.
You didn't? She was the girl before.
Was she really?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that. I just saw Jerry Trainer. I'm like, oh shit, Jerry Trainer.
Crazy Steve.
Crazy Steve.
The man. But back to Rogan. His first, so funny, his first ever line in his first ever movie was, "I like your boobs."
Checks out.
Checks out.
Fucking adds up.
Adds up. The man.
Hold on, real quick. Speaking of adds up, I saw a fucking great video of Buck earlier today.
Of me?
Yeah. At the golf course. At the golf course.
That was not scripted.
No.
Nope.
It was kind of funny. At the golf course, this man walks out of the woman's bathroom, and his friend captured it. And captioned it. Adds up. Some things never change.
And pants were down.
Oh man, I felt like I said that. That was
Just rip a
classic.
bunch of poop out of your hairy bum.
1,000 subscriber limited edition episode.
That's going on the Patreon if we ever get there.
We'll explain that story,
Yeah.
but you guys.
That's for when we're actually balling and we can actually talk about our lives instead of these stupid ass movies.
They don't get that.
I
one
like the
yet.
movies.
I like the
They
movies
don't
too. I
get
was
that one
joking.
yet.
I'm joking.
Yeah, I mean, I loved.
The fucking Panthers suck.
What else? What other scenes were sick? I mean, the whole the scene where they do like the when they do the fear and love like scale,
Yeah.
and then they kept showing the fucking drawings of like freaking little like Ling Ling and like little fucking.
Dude, Ling Ling was crazy,
No,
by the way.
put
Crazy.
Ling Ling as a name for an example on Fear and Love is crazy. And then I also really like the scene because that's how I feel like when I try to explain myself. Whenever we get in an argument, or me and Kane, and I'm just straight reason and logic and everything, and everybody else is on, no, it's emotion. I'm like, that's how I feel.
That's one of the things I was saying earlier. I like the way Donnie talks throughout the movie. He's literally all calm and collected when he's trying to explain it to her, and she's not listening. He goes, no, you're not listening to me. And then he just starts fucking screaming at her right after that. I like the way he talks. And then that scene with Jerry Trainer in it too, when Donnie goes up and asks his question at the mic. I think I wrote in my notes.
He's like, "You're the Antichrist," and they pull him off.
I wrote
They're
in my
like,
notes.
oh.
I wrote in my notes, Donnie spitting on that mic, 100 emoji, 100 emoji, 100 emoji. And
was.
that man was going crazy. And then that Antichrist part was just like,
It ended up being very true,
it did.
which is crazy. Dude, it was a fucking menace.
I don't think we can mention what he had in there, but it
I
was
mean, it is
diabolical.
pretty crazy. Freaking kiddie porn
we
dungeon
mentioned it.
Yeah, it was crazy.
is unbelievable.
Insane.
I mean,
Checks out though.
it's always those type of dudes, bro. The dudes that act like they got their shit together.
Well, yeah.
They be on some.
They just
It
don't.
makes it that much more weirder when he was announcing the Team Sparkle Motion. He's sitting there getting hype as hell for those little 6-year-olds to go up there and dance or something.
And in the little tutorial video before, he like smacks the kid on the butt.
Yeah, crazy.
A little nice foreshadowing of the kiddie porn dungeon. What a guy. I'm glad his house got burned down.
Yeah, no, he deserved it.
He did. It sucks though. Like at the end, like he's okay. Nobody knows.
Yeah, which that was the one thing that kind of annoyed me about the ending was like,
Well,
he did it to fix everything and make everything the way it should be, but like that one thing is not something that should have been fixed.
But, I
and like
mean,
maybe he gets exposed later
honestly,
on anyway, but like
It could be argued that because when they did the shot with the whatever that was, what's the song playing at the end?
Bad World.
Yeah, when they're showing all the people like waking up to them dreaming about what happened. Mm-hmm. He looked like distraught and he was like, "What did I do?" So maybe
that's what
he is gonna learn from it, or maybe he's just like very stressed because of the thought that someone could know.
That's what I thought it was.
I actually saw something, according to my research, according to my sources, that said that it's actually a time loop that they're stuck in and not like a one-off universe, and that everybody's trying to point him in the right direction instead of like forcing him, because it defeats the purpose. It's fine. It defeats the purpose, and
Sorry.
and they're trying to lead him to like him having emotion, since he is kind of messed up. Like he said, he had emotional problems in the movie at one point. So I think everybody's trying to lead him to the emotion. That's why they had the fear and love, and then they're trying to make this one guy and him, triumphant over this evil antichrist that he called himself, to make him feel like now he owes all these people, like, instead of, make him love Gretchen and all this, and then so he sacrifices himself so that they're no longer stuck in the loop. That's what I saw online, according to my sources.
I mean, I saw it too, and it makes sense. Like there were so many times in the movie where he got led into one direction or the other. Like even from the very beginning when I think they called him there was a name I saw they called the people like receptors, or like there's like a name for the people that were put in that like second reality to point Donnie into a direction. Like the teacher at the very beginning was like told the girl sit next to the boy that you think is cutest, and that was like her directing this girl to get closer to Donnie, so she can furthermore like point him into this direction.
And even
she,
the cellar doors.
cellar door, and like she kept saying that quote. I don't remember. It was like something about like, would you? I don't even fucking remember. But yeah, there were a bunch of signs of that. It was pretty.
Yeah. And then also I saw something that said at the end, they felt like it was deja vu because they obviously didn't live that, but they have the feeling that they did since it was probably repeating, like how Gretchen technically never met any of Donnie's family and everything, but she felt like a connection when her and his mom like looked at each other in the eyes and stuff like that. So they like almost lived it in a sense.
I like the little kid right after that too. He just goes, and she does it way back. He just fucking stood there going.
I loved like how like soft and emotional that scene was when she's like, "What happened?" and the kid's like, "He got smashed by a airplane engine or some shit." It just like sounds so out of place and not like.
What did she say?
Upsetting.
She just went like, "Oh wow."
Yeah.
My initial thought when I saw that, like before I did any research, I thought that he figured out how to time travel or like figure out some part of like this parallel universe, and that if he sacrifices himself, he could reset the timeline to save Gretchen, which obviously I don't think is right now after doing research, but I think it's kind of close for just an initial thought without any prior research. So, yeah. My initial thoughts.
Yeah, I mean that was one of my discussion questions was Donnie dreaming all along, or did he actually change time?
I think he actually changed time.
I think what you thought originally is what happened. I think that he was able to find a way to make a portal,
Manipulate time.
and I think he was able to find a way to like crash that plane and get the thing in, so it would come in and kill him and turn the clock back to the way like the original story was supposed to be. But like I said earlier, I don't really fucking know, bro.
It was a confusing movie.
I want to go back and watch it
There's
again.
a lot of open-ended answers for what it could be.
Yeah.
If I do watch it again, it'll absolutely be the director's cut.
Yeah, no, me too. And I think now that I finally did some like research on it and actually like looked into what it means, I think if I watched it one more time, I would really be locked in and understand it. But who knows when that'll be?
Who knows?
I don't know.
That should be next week because that's no.
Donnie Darko director's cut next week.
Tune in.
I did have two more like big scene type things I wanted to talk about. The first one's not really big, but you know when he goes to burn down dude's house,
Yeah.
and they're in the movie theater watching Evil Dead.
I mean, that's my favorite part of the movie
It
for
was
sure.
crazy. And one thing I noticed, I don't know if it was intentional or if you guys noticed, but before he starts talking to Frank, and I guess a little bit when he's talking to Frank, the lights in the movie theater kind of look like eyes looking over him.
When he walked back in the movie theater too, it looked like there were faces on the door. Too.
Yeah, like
What the hell?
tweaking, dog.
He is tweaking, bro.
Holy shit. But yeah, it looked like eyes looking over him, and like Corey's had like faces over there. Like it just, I don't know. I looked at it, I'm like, that's sick.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was probably intentional, and I saw that. I noticed that they went in to watch the movie The Evil Dead, and the only other movie showing in the theater, like on the top, was The Last Temptation of Christ.
Okay, so
it's like
that kind of leads into one last thing I wrote down, which I was gonna wait till later, but since you just brought it up, I'll say it. So when I was doing my research, some people.
how many times are we gonna say that? When I was doing my research.
According to my sources.
According to my sources, so some people are speculating that Donnie actually like is the embodiment of Christ.
Yeah.
And he has to sacrifice himself in order to save like humanity and save the order of the world and all that. And I just thought that was kind of crazy, like linking back to that Evil Dead scene and that right there. And then he goes and realizes what he has to do in order to make things right.
I mean, like, yeah, that's kind of like how I saw it. I mean, not like, exactly that, but like that he was this figure and there was this entity that was, this greater that was trying to get him to save the world. And then there was this, this Frank guy who is like trying to get him to do the opposite.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, makes sense. There's just like, that's what I do like about this movie though, is there's just so many different
Thinking points.
and opinions you can have that, there's no really right or wrong. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like,
I like the idea, like I'm gonna double down on it. This is what I think is that they're stuck in a time loop because in some of these certain scenes where he stuck that axe in a fucking full metal statue. He can't do that. Somebody else did that for him. So he thinks he did it. He lit that house on fire with no matches. Did you know that? Did you guys catch that?
He did that mad quick too.
He just put the kerosene. He didn't have a match. He had nothing. And then the house was on fire, fully burned down. So I think everything was too convenient, and it was kind of just geared to them trying to get him to accept everything.
Fair. The absolute last scene thing I wanted to talk about. Every scene in the therapist's office was fucking peak. Every single time. And one of the quotes I wrote down, which that's what I wanted to make like a big point to talk about. He was sitting there talking about I'll be honest, I don't remember exactly what he was talking about, but they got into a conversation about God, and he was talking about like the search for God and how he thinks it's absurd and everything. And he was telling the therapist that, and she said, "The search for God is absurd." And he says, "It is if everyone dies alone." And she said, "Does that scare you?" And he said, "I don't want to be alone." And then the scene ended right after that. And I literally wrote that down as soon as I saw it, and I just wrote gas right after that. That entire that entire part right there is just crazy good.
That plays into like the theme that I was saying earlier, how he's scared to die and he doesn't know what's to come of it if he does accept his fate and let the thing crush him to go back to the normal timeline. That's why I put in my synopsis that he was scared of fear. What? He was scared of death.
I mean, but yeah, I think he eventually got over that.
Yeah.
Just bit the bullet there.
Actually bit the engine. Okay, I got a question here for you guys.
Sir?
Does Smurfette fuck all the other Smurfs?
I think she's a pure Christian Catholic soul, and she doesn't get into that business. She waits until marriage.
I think she gets busy.
Busy?
Follow-up question. Is Vanity a homosexual? That's another Smurf. They said
We're
that
throwing
Smurf.
that on the screen.
Oh.
Who the fuck that
I don't
is.
know either, but they're talking about the Smurfs, and they said he's the only one that didn't be watching.
I like that scene a lot.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That scene was
Another
peak.
part of that scene that was funny is he was like, "Oh, there's some good shit right here" when they're smoking cigarettes, and Donnie goes, "It's a fucking cigarette."
I thought there was a quote from that scene that I wrote. Oh, yeah, sick quote. What's the point of living if you don't have a dick?
This is a good
I
quote.
mean,
Type
it's
shit.
facts, bro.
Type shit.
Type shit.
Type
I mean,
shit.
that's like my whole purpose for living. Just like, just getting that Johnson around,
Yeah, get it up, down, left, right, turn.
I'm sorry, Mom. Please.
Hey, bro,
I'm
let's
sorry.
make a podcast.
Fuck
Fuck you, bitch.
That comment, yeah, matter of fact.
Yeah, you like my toes too? Oh, hell no.
As for you, slow
Boom. Boom. Boom.
You had some hair stuck in between your
Heck with my phone.
Oh, hell no. You're going to have to put a black...
no.
You're gonna have to put a black center bar over that. Oh.
Anywho. Shut up.
Yeah, go home.
Do you think that was funny? She said it twice.
I don't even remember her saying that.
In the movie...
The Asian chick?
Oh.
Oh my god.
She's like, shut up. And then at the end, like, her and
Why
Donnie
did they
see each
make
other
her
in the
talk like
halls.
that?
And
That
then she
made
said
no
it again.
sense.
She's like, shut up.
You know what's crazy too?
no sense.
You know what's crazy too? Having a full like diary dedicated to Donnie Darko.
Bro, I mean,
Because they're trapped in this fucking time loop. All she could think is Donnie Darko.
That's crazy though.
that was her way of
And then you
communicating to him.
don't pick it up after you drop it.
I thought that too. I was like, how the hell did she have all these secrets? And she's just like, not even going to pick it up. Like, she knows she dropped
You
it.
have a full book on Donnie Darko, and Donnie Darko's
It's all
standing right in
planned.
front of you, and you're clearly embarrassed. You pick that shit up.
It's like when you pretend to tie your shoe and then you leave a piece of paper behind with your crush right behind you, and then she pick it up and said, "Would you date me?"
She was not playing.
They say, what's
knew.
up, Shardy?
Shardy, you want my number? You got that snap?
She knew he was getting down on Gretchen, bruh.
She wanted it
had
to
no
be hers.
business. No business.
She,
girl can dream.
She definitely knew.
Dream all you want. Those dreams don't always come true. Donnie's his own man.
Only if you stop dreaming.
As Donnie Darko.
Can't stop dreaming. Donnie didn't stop dreaming.
And I'm in your dream, Donnie Darko.
Is that actually a song?
No.
Oh.
It's Someone T Grizzly and YNW Melly, and they're talking about Freddy Krueger.
T Grizzly, the goat.
So I got another question for you guys.
Let's hear
Hit me with
it.
it.
In the movie, they said cellar door is the most beautiful phrase in the English language. What do you think is the most beautiful phrase in the English language?
I think it's perfect. the best phrase in the English language. I don't know. What do you got, Mike?
I love you.
Wow.
Yeah. Didn't see that coming.
Lame ass.
No, you didn't see that coming. Think about it. Think about it. I love you.
I think it's alright, I'm fault with you.
Okay.
What do you think?
What do you think?
Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
Say it. What do you think?
Buy one get one free.
That is good, actually.
Buy one, get one free is good.
Can't
You don't even
can't
know.
beat it.
This man gets down on the buy one get one frees.
It would
Every-
be something I don't even want, and I
Alright.
see it's buy one get one. I'm like, yeah, I can get
Every time we go to Winn Dixie or something like that, he sees buy one get one free. That shit is home 20 minutes later. It doesn't matter what it is. We have it. It's crazy.
buy one get one free. I like a good deal.
I think the best phrase for me is you want to go golfing.
Oh, that's peak, actually. That's
Like
up there.
Let's go
every
golfing.
time I hear that, I'm just like,
The way you
this is unbelievable.
Gatorade.
the way you reacted
Fuck
when we
yeah.
were playing poker the other night, I said, "Trying to go
Gatorade.
golf and want to go to the Glen." He went,
I was so happy. I was like, I get to play golf tomorrow, bro.
Let's go
Fuck
golf?
Yeah.
"You put all your plans on the back burner just because we going to the
Everything changed.
Gatorade.
Glen." Gatorade's good. You ever see those DJ Khaled videos?
The golfing videos.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
It'll be
go.
like a 40-foot putt, and he'll make it. He'll walk it in. He'll go, Gatorade.
His dreams be the type of night terrors I'd be getting. I used to get really bad
Wake
night
up.
terrors
Wake up.
where I would see something that's not like I would picture the exact room I'm sleeping in, but then there'd be like some creepy shit, and then like I get startled and I wake up across the room with like something in my hand ready to like attack.
You wanna talk about the Hat Man real quick?
Wow.
Well, I don't see the Hat Man, but
What was
Aaron Rod.
what was it? You were talking about a dude at a Bears game or something like that, like the beer guy, at one point.
Oh, well, that's a different thing. But Kane's family are very spiritual, and they could see like the dead. And then, at the time, I was getting really bad night terrors, and it was a ghost that would make themselves look like Kane, but it wasn't Kane. So I'd be sleeping, and then in my chair, I'd be like, "Oh, Kane's on my computer," and I'm like, "Kane's not here," and then I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then I shoot up, and then nothing's there. And then I was in Minnesota, and then I saw a fucking hot dog. This guy walked through the fucking door. It was the stupidest shit ever. That scared the shit out
Bro,
of me.
scared of them glizzies, boy. Why you scared of them
Hot
glizzies?
dogs! I'm like, what the fuck?
You
It's
ever
like
you ever get some
glizzies.
shit like that?
What?
You ever get some shit like that?
Like night terrors?
Yeah, just anything like that. Night terror, sleep paralysis,
I mean,
some weird shit.
I definitely like have nightmares sometimes,
Nightmare.
but like
not
I
a
don't,
nightmare.
I don't like nothing. Not really.
So Kane's aunt says I'm traveling to a different dimension where the ghosts and other things are.
She told
It's
me.
not night terrors.
She told me. She
predicted-
told Corey I got 2 years of living like dog shit and then top of the
We
world.
didn't give him any information about all of our friends, and she described them perfectly, which is crazy.
She
All I
said
had to do was
2
give him
years
the
for
name,
me.
and she knew.
She said 2 years for me of living like dog shit. We're on about 6 months, 7 months.
No, it's a year and 7 months, dingus.
Is that how- we are
Yes.
not that far in.
Well, yes, we are.
She said that right before the collarbone incident.
She said that like 4 months before the collarbone.
Oh, word.
I mean, was
I'm
the
about to
car?
hit peak life?
I mean,
Am I on the doorstep?
could be. You never know.
I also think Smurfette be fucking all the listeners. If you're curious, that's what they asked that in the movie. For those who haven't seen the movie,
Dude, that was really.
we're not talking about the Smurfs.
That was a funny scene. 'Cause
But speaking about the Smurfs, it's my next
that was just 3 boys hanging out, drinking, talking about
They were
Smurfs, fucking
vibing,
ripping cigs
ripping cigs,
shooting fucking cans.
talking about Lady Death.
and fucking.
Grandma death.
It was Grandma Death. They're low key. Everyone but Anya was an asshole to Grandma Death.
I know
Because they're tired of her. Because they're in the time loop.
She was an old lady, man.
because
The old lady that's fucking walking back and forth. If the people across the street were walking back and forth checking the mailbox, you'd sit here making fun of them.
It's about the same as Brad that doesn't cross the fucking grass because he doesn't want to get his shoes
The guy
dirty.
across the street, he'll park in front of the house, but every time he
All the
walks
way around.
all the way around so he doesn't go through the grass
All the
instead of
way
just going
around.
like this. He'll get groceries and he'll do like 5 trips of going all the way around.
All the way.
instead of
why?
because he doesn't want to
of
crease his
shoes.
shoes or get him dirty.
He like waddles when he walks too, just to make sure he doesn't crease
I
him.
mean, he got some heat.
And he's a Bears fan.
Does he have heat?
They're all right.
Debatable.
Another question I had, I think it was touched on a little bit during the movie. Is Donnie Darko a superhero?
No.
Is that what you think?
Yes.
Is that it?
I
Just
think-
no?
Well, okay. So I think part of it is that because I believe that they're in a time loop, guys. Okay, I believe it. They said like they're trying to draw him to this conclusion and everything, and the Gretchen, crazy name by the way, but
I wanted to
Gretchen.
mention.
I would
that.
never. I would never.
That's
I
up there
would
with Philippa.
Imagine
never
naming your-
date a girl named Gretchen.
No.
Alright, anywho, off topic. But she even mentioned like, oh, are you some type of superhero or whatever? To give him this belief and stuff that he is the Christ or that he is this and that. And then he does stuff that is superpower like. He has heat vision apparently. He can set flames and shit apparently without matches. He can drive an axe through a metal statue apparently. He can control water apparently. It's because they're causing this stuff to make him think that he's doing it when he's actually not doing it.
I think he was actually doing all of it.
And like, if he wasn't the one doing it, who did it?
Exactly.
Everybody else, as soon as he walked away, anybody else could do it.
Anybody else could.
So
'Cause they're all-
if he can't
'cause
put
they're
that
all-
axe into the mascot, who put the axe into the mascot?
Somebody with a fucking machine to put the axe in the mascot.
What
They
machine?
pull it up with a whole fucking crane that just goes and just drops that shit in there.
Who's to say?
What do you mean? Who's to say?
What machine? What
to say?
What machine started that fire?
They got a fucking lighter and did it.
dumbass.
So why the hell could he not have a lighter?
Blowtorch, dumb. Because he didn't have it. They would have showed him doing it.
They didn't show him putting the fucking axe in the thing.
Exactly. What do
you mean exactly?
He didn't put it in it.
He did.
So who did it?
Who's to say?
Okay. Dude.
And his name, bro. Look at his name.
Donnie
Donnie Darko.
It's in
Double
the name.
D's. It's a perfect superhero
It's in the
name.
name.
What is he, Sydney Sweeney now? You say that's a perfect
She's a superwoman.
Wowie.
She's in the Spider-Verse, actually.
Dead ass.
Is that? Yeah, Madam Web.
No, it's not Sydney Sweeney.
She was in Madden Web, but I would not count that for anything that has to do with anything. That movie was
And the Spider Verse.
yeah, I would not put that in Spider-Verse. That movie was a honking.
I don't think
piece
those
of
are
shit
correlated.
That has nothing to do with anything.
It's Spider-Man. It's in the Spider-Verse.
Stop it! Stop it!
The Spider Verse.
Stop it! Stop it!
Sydney
Stop
Sweeney is
it.
Spider-Woman.
That shit. Oh my god!
I said Superwoman.
You know what's
I
criminal?
said Spider-Woman.
You know what's criminal?
Because
You
she's Madam
know
Web.
what's criminal?
Thanks,
I
super.
watched Madam Web. I watched Madam
Freaking
Web,
shove that kryptonite up my anus.
and
You told me to shove my card up my anus. I'm sorry, Michael.
I
Go
watched
ahead.
Madam Web, and I gave it a 5-star rating on Letterboxd, and then
Sick.
I gave it a like after. I don't know why.
I know
It's
why.
because of Sydney Sweeney.
Might have been
Look at he's like, yeah.
Cat Jennings too. Oh my!
It's actually my next movie.
We got to pick a real piece of shit for one of these. By the way,
Well,
Oh, he already did with Sick.
you kept rambling on during the podcast, like it's not bad. I want to tell you, not bad, not bad.
Because
Not
I'm
bad.
not trying to get these fat idiots on TikTok shitting on me. Yeah, I'm talking about you. What's his name?
Carl,
Carl
Stopak.
Stopak.
you
God.
fucking douche.
Fucking idiot. And we got 28 days, and that movie was also dog shit. So
I like 28 Days.
you can like
You
it.
rated
So-
Sicario higher, and you're just laughing over there about how it's bad.
I like some of the shots.
Bruh, 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 bruh.
If you look at the history of Mike movies, 28 Days Later is more of a Mike movie than Sicario is.
That doesn't mean one's better than the other.
You lost
Well, it's
me
the
there.
same reason why he gave Scott Pilgrim 5 stars.
That
Even though
movie-
it
no,
sucks,
fuck
even though
you.
it's
No, it does
okay.
not
He-
suck.
he
Nah,
gave
that
it
movie's
5 stars,
raw.
too.
It's sick.
He
gave
also
it
gave
5 stars,
Sicario 5 stars.
Scott Pilgrim is
There's probably a movie that you would rate 5 stars, Corey. That's ass.
Cars 2.
I don't like Cars 2, believe it or not. It's a joke, that's why.
It's okay, bro.
Cars 1 is 5 stars.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna
We've had
happen.
our bad movies.
I can't wait
He's
for
gonna
it.
have one. It's
I
gonna
don't
suck.
miss. I don't miss.
Is my bad movie 28 Days?
Yeah.
I'll
Yes,
take
that movie
that.
fucking
Okay.
sucked.
I'll take that.
And mine's Sicario, which I guess y'all don't like, but
Boring.
it's funny. Like most people I know fuck with that movie. So
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm a kid, like Chalamet.
Yeah, the fact that you called him a kid and he's actually older than
I told you, bro. He is a kid in retrospect, and like in comparison to what he
Chalamet's
does.
29, by the way.
Dude, for his respected field of work,
grown-ass
he's a
man, by the
kid.
way.
What was your question?
Is fucking Donnie Darko a superhero?
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So I was gonna say, the 28 Days episode.
What?
Is there what? Cillian Murphy's dong is superhero like?
No, the 28 Days episode when you were asking who you would take in a zombie apocalypse, and
I would not bring Donnie Darko's
we brought up superheroes, and I said what counts as a superhero. I was thinking of Donnie Darko.
Were you really?
I was.
That's sick.
That ass, 100%. I was.
He's a superhero, dude. He literally saved it. He literally saved the world.
This shit for a second.
Bro, he saved the world.
I'm not buying this shit for a second.
Bro, he literally saved the world and sacrificed himself for the greater good.
This is anti-Cornelius propaganda, and I will not stand for it.
That's why I would count him as a superhero. He could see the future. He could see the little like worm shits that like show
Guys,
how everyone's on their own path.
Let's be real for a second.
Let him talk.
This motherfucker was crazy.
Bro.
He's a superhero. He could see the future. He could see how everyone's on their own path. He could see how shit's supposed to go, and he knows what he has to do to fix it. Superhero. He has the powers and the ability to fix it, and he fixes it.
Facts.
Superhero. That's why the 28 Days
Sacrificed
episode
himself for the greater good. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. He shot that motherfucker right in the eye.
Right in the eyeball. That's
Come on,
impressive.
that's a crazy shot, dude.
Has that man, the only other time that man has touched the gun was when his little superpower led him to the gun.
You put that bitch right in his eye.
I can't believe I swapped out Donnie Darko for Flight Reacts. It was going to be Emma Stone, Emma Watson, Donnie Darko.
How crazy would that have been if you said Donnie Darko not knowing that he was going to pick Donnie Darko?
That would have been pretty crazy. That's why I don't believe it.
You would have started shaking like a stripper.
He picked Donnie Darko.
And I'm in your dreams, Donnie Darko.
I had one question that is a very stupid question.
I mean, they usually are.
And sure. Probably doesn't correlate to much. That's fucking insane.
Next time, I'm gonna punch you right. Like I'm gonna keep going, and it's gonna go right in your
Punch
fucking
in the
jaw.
fucking jaw. That is insane. That has happened so many times.
Damn, dude.
There's a scene with the talent show. Did my question was, did you guys perform in the talent show when you were a kid?
No, I didn't.
No.
I thought that show was corny.
Okay. Did you have a specific act in the talent show when you were younger that you looked at it and you're like, that's dog shit?
No,
I
there's
didn't
one
go
that,
either.
No, there's.
Go.
I saw it
Crazy.
as I was passing by when I was in kindergarten. There's these fifth graders. They were hitting the Soldier Boy, Superman. That shit was awesome.
Okay. So,
Kindergarten me, saw them going. I was like, oh man, these motherfuckers cool as hell.
So one of the main reasons I asked was I think it was 5th grade. I worked the stage crew for my school's talent show, and I was working. Of
course you did.
I was working the lights, and this girl, I won't say her name, but if you somehow watch this, you know who you are, and I apologize because it was a shitty thing to do. We were up there playing Flappy Bird in the stage crew.
What grade?
Me, 5th grade.
Flappy Bird came out when I was in 6th grade, and you were older than me.
I was a junior
Then I
in
might have been in
college.
7th grade. I don't know. It was sometime when I was at that school. Regardless, though, we were doing the talent show. We were working.
I was going crazy.
We were working it, and this girl started singing "Counting Stars" by One Republic. And me and my two friends up there, as soon as it ended, we were like, "You fucking suck!" from the top of the rafters. And people were looking for who did it, and the three of us just ducked down super quick. And I'm sure they knew exactly who it was.
The kid's fucking laying on the ground, the back of the fucking theater.
Yeah, still playing Flappy Bird up there right after, screaming that she sucked. But regardless, if you're watching this, you know who you are. I'm sorry, but
That happened in the movie too. Seth Rogen's character like fucking yelled like,
it did. Yeah, and she didn't deserve that.
"Sorry as fuck." I don't remember what he yelled.
She was
but
cooking too.
She was cooking low key. But I mean, I think it's like safe to mention that like we haven't talked about the best character in the movie.
Who is it? Let's hear it.
The fat fuck that was wearing the red shirt that was watching over them kissing in the park, and then later on he shows up again.
Does he?
Yeah, he shows up like he's like at the party, or he's
Oh hell no.
he's
He's trying to get a part 2.
Was he actually?
he showed up again, dude,
I
towards the end of the movie.
didn't even clock that.
And I saw something about his character.
Fuck with that actually.
Nah, he's sick. But I saw something in that they said in the director commentary or some shit that he's actually like government official watching over the family.
I saw that too when I was looking through the fun facts.
So he's not just some fucking creepo fuck that's smoking a cigarette in the park watching them kiss. He's like actually like lurking and watching, making sure Donnie's not some fucking
He's not telling people about the NDA.
even though he's a superhero.
Did superhero Donnie Darko sign an NDA?
He did.
They all did, yeah. Right when that's why they had to leave the house, like sign NDA. They're like, all right, get out of here.
Signed it. I thought the rest
Also,
of them
I think the whole family.
We haven't
signed
talked about it yet. His new room was sick.
His new room was sick.
His sister was so just like, Mom and Dad got you all this cool shit. Imagine your parents just refurbish your room and they put up posters of naked women.
Dude.
Fresh.
What woman would be on that poster, on that wall for you, Buck?
Okay, guys, name 3 people that you'd have posters of on your room.
Emma Stone.
Emma Watson. That's it.
Can I answer the question?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Go crazy. Who would you have on that wall?
Scarlett Johansson.
Okay. Fair.
What? Do you want another one?
What?
It's gotta be 3, dingus.
Scarlett Johansson.
3?
Wait, no, hold on. Scarlett Johansson in what?
Don John.
In word. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's do 3. Let's do 3.
3.
What else you got?
I'm gonna go with Sofia Vergara,
Okay.
and at 52, at her current age,
Interesting.
not back in the heyday. And then I'm gonna go
Me
with
personally, I'm picking Manny.
Like you talking like
Manny.
you talking like the kid from Diary Room, the kid, Manny?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Four Rivers Manny.
I fucking love that guy.
I know, I do too. I'm sorry, Manny,
Wow.
but like, oh, my fault.
What a pull!
Manny's the homie.
What a crazy pull!
Thanks.
I love that, man.
That's
keep
not
going.
I was referring to her son in Modern Family.
I never
I
watched
don't
that
know his
show.
actual name, but I think in the show his name was Manny.
Okay.
I think that is his
And
name.
his sister.
Who's your third, Buck?
So I got Sofia Vergara, I got Scarlett Johansson,
Yep.
and I'm gonna go with Cameron Brink. Actually, no, she's a jit. I can't do that.
Okay. All right.
Cut. I'm gonna go with.
Back.
It's like the end of the movie where everything like goes in reverse. That's what we gotta do with that.
Yeah,
part.
I got
Can you do that?
I can figure it out.
Okay.
Motherfucker can't even raise the volume. He's not gonna be able to figure that out.
That last video, Sicario, I put the volume at max. It could not go higher.
My third one is gonna be Rihanna.
Fair. What you got, Corey?
Come back to me. I wasn't thinking at all.
It's gonna be Kane, and Kane.
Oh yeah.
Come on, bro. I got you, bro.
Does Kane watch this?
I got you, bro.
Does Kane watch this?
Doesn't watch it.
Bro, I got you. Fuck.
All right. So
Gotta be quicker than that.
if we're going to me, let's hit it with.
Can't say any of the people from last week. None of them.
Oh.
Nope, can't say any of them. Need a new roster.
Oh, you're about to hear something crazy.
Let's hear it.
All right. Real ones know number 1. Talking to you, Nick. Summer Rae's mom. That's
Not Summer Rae.
no Summer Rae's mom.
I respect.
Real ones know. I'm telling
I know.
you. I've been on this for years.
I know.
Years.
No, like I'm
talking
I'm
like-
aware of what you're talking about.
Yes. Good golly.
I'm aware.
All right. Okay. Number 2, a callback to Lil Boy Mike. We're going AJ Lee.
That's a woman.
That's a woman. WWE.
Ooh.
Yeah.
WWE's got some
Yep. AJ
got
Lee.
some roster spots.
Yep. And number 3. I think we're gonna go one last callback to Lil Boy Mike. I can't remember her name right now, but the girl from Danny Phantom.
Wow.
I'll put her on the screen. Real ones know.
No, you're not.
I respect.
By real ones, I mean my buddy
14
Brendan.
and-
He absolutely knows.
What about Mrs. Incredible?
Ooh. I'm changing my 3. Jessica Alba circa 2005.
Respect.
Yep.
That's 1.
That's my third one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm changing my
You
third
said
one.
I'm changing my 3.
I'm changing my third one from
I'm not answering this question. It's a bad question. We're off track. But
Let's get back on track, Corey.
yeah,
What do you got?
I don't got anything.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we like. We hit on the movie theater scene, right? I think we
Yeah.
did.
a little bit. We talked about how I thought the eyes kind of look like, or the lights kind of
Right.
look like eyes. Looking
Yeah.
over.
I mean, I
and the faces and the door.
Yeah, I mean that's just like such an iconic shot of
It was good.
of just that specific shot of them three sitting in the theater, like Donnie, the girlfriend, and Frank in the
like-
costume or whatever.
I think when you think Donnie Darko shots, that's one of the first ones that
For sure.
pops into your head.
And there's a deeper meaning behind it because that's when he reveals his face to him, and he's missing the eye, and he says, "I'm sorry" to Donnie, and you find out later that Frank kills Gertrude.
Gertrude.
Gretchen.
Gertrude or Gretchen? What's a better name?
Gretchen.
Gretchen is better.
Gotta be.
Because
Gertrude is nuts.
Gertrude, you could go with the male version of it and say Bertrude too, and it's like
What?
you don't got a male for Gretchen.
Bro, this
But yeah, no, that shot was just absolutely iconic. Like it's
good.
yeah, good shot. So let's see. We got any Oscars? Any crazy awards
They didn't
for?
get shit.
did they get
Didn't get
nominated?
shit. No nominations,
No
no
noms.
awards. It honestly like won no awards from anything.
But
Like it was nominated for like 12 awards
On the flip-
total out of all of the freaking award show bullshits or whatever, which is pretty underwhelming.
yeah, it's not
But
great.
I think like when it came out, it was just not very marketable. I think it was just so much different than any movie that had ever come out, and a lot of the awards or like the committees or whatever were just like very turned off by it because of its unique and different
Yeah, like,
nature, and it
it's
just
odd.
wasn't like mainstream at all. And
But it came out
it was like
2001.
2001. It was like
Yeah.
independent
Crazy
film.
enough, it's got a crazy camera, or it's got a way better camera than 28 Days Later.
I liked a lot of the decisions they made, like using the camera too.
Yeah.
Like they spun it a lot, and a bunch of the angles they used I thought was really cool.
No, yeah, the cinematography and like some of the camera work was sick. But I think like like even though it didn't get nominated or win any awards, it's
The movie bangs.
I mean no, it's a cult classic, bro.
Yeah.
Like people still talk about this
Yeah,
movie.
like
and
it gets
it's-
to a point where you start like, fuck the awards. Like the movie is good. I don't care.
that shit happens sometimes. Like some movies get swept on the rug and then they stand the test of time. And like
Yeah.
I didn't even look at the once I saw it got nominated, I didn't really look at what won and got nominated that year. But I'm sure that Donnie Darko was probably like the most popular movie that came out that year, and like one of the more like influential movies that came out.
Did it go crazy at the time?
No, it was like low box office, like didn't make a lot of money. It was an independent film too. It wasn't like picked up by any major studios. So no, not really. I think it gained popularity throughout like its time, like 4 or 5 years later. The director's cut came out, people watched it, and it got more popular. And I think when the DVD format came out, it got pretty popular. But I think before those things, it was just not very critically acclaimed and didn't make much money, and But
Movie bangs
the
regardless.
movie does bang, and people know that shit now for sure.
Yeah.
We can get some fun facts.
Getting some
You guys
fun
want-
facts.
I got a few. I don't know if y'all got a few.
I got a
I
couple.
got like 2.
One of y'all want to start it off?
I can go first. So one thing I thought was kind of cool, that kind of relates to all of us, those little future blobs that I was talking about earlier, the shit that comes out of their chests and like goes around. So apparently, the director, he was inspired by John Madden. He was watching football games and he saw the way John Madden was drawing like plays on the screen and everything. So he took that and used that as like the little like future blobs.
I saw that he was high as fuck when he was watching that football game, and he thought of it
Was he?
while he was baked. Yeah,
I didn't see that part of it.
yeah,
Sick.
I saw that. That's just I thought that was really cool too. So they had a rap party for the film, like after everything was done, and I guess Seth Rogen and Jake Gyllenhaal were getting interviewed, and they asked about the movie, and they both agreed that they didn't know what the film was about when they were asked about it.
Sick.
Like they were like, oh, I don't know, can't tell you. We just shot the whole thing, but like I don't know what the fuck the film's about. We'll find out when y'all find out.
Nice.
Yeah, that was funny. I saw that also. The movie was shot in how long it took for them to shoot the movie?
28 days.
28 days.
28
Isn't that
days.
crazy?
They said it was completely like coincidental too.
Yeah.
It was just crazy that it happened.
How many hours and how many minutes and how many seconds?
Well, sources say
I think it was 6 hours, 42 minutes, and 12 seconds.
Wow.
I actually got that without looking at it. It's kind of impressive.
You're so smart.
Yeah, I had to look at it.
That's the only smart thing I've ever said on this
my
fucking
last-
podcast.
My last fun fact that I got left, because I kind of said the other ones throughout the whole episode. Again, Jake Gyllenhaal wasn't like the original thought for Donnie.
Darnie.
Jason Schwartzman was almost cast as Donnie. If y'all don't know, he was in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. He was G-Man Graves.
Would have been terrible.
Love that movie. Great
A
movie.
lot of Wes Anderson shit, too.
Yep, a lot of the Wes Anderson shit. A lot of Wes Anderson.
Do you see the other people, too?
No, I just saw.
So
Jason.
Vince Vaughn offered. He declined because he said he was too old, which...
How old was he? Do you know?
Subtract 23.
I mean, he's probably in his 40s or like late 30s. Like, I mean, he's definitely like late. I mean, he's definitely in his 50s now. He's got to be.
Yeah, he's old.
He might be in his 60s now.
Vince Vaughn and that would have been like if we're talking like for some reason the only Vince Vaughn movie I could think of is Fred Claus. If we're talking like Fred Claus, Vince Vaughn,
Yeah, I think
that
of
would have
Dodgeball,
been
bro.
terrible.
That's what I think of when I think
That
of Vince
movie
Vaughn. That's literally the
fucks.
first movie I think of every time I think of him.
Oh, yeah, I don't know why I went with Fred Claus.
But Mark Wahlberg.
That little man Mark Wahlberg.
I think Mark Wahlberg could have been straight.
Little man Mark Wahlberg could have been. Good.
No, but one of the characters in there was Asian, so it wouldn't have worked out. He's a racist bastard.
True. Yeah, when he was young, he was a racist.
He still is racist. What the fuck do you mean?
I mean, people can change. But he you know why he turned it down?
Who? Schwartzman or somebody else?
Mark Wahlberg.
Why?
Because he wanted the character to have a lisp and they didn't agree.
Why would he have a list?
The character is supposed to be highly intelligent.
And having a lisp means you're not intelligent.
Highly, you didn't let me finish.
Finish.
No, it's okay. What you had to say was more important.
I mean, it always is.
Ooh.
Let's see what else. This one I loved because this is my favorite director. So the movie was like only gonna be released like as you know like on like digitally and not in theaters. And Christopher Nolan saw it at the Sundance Festival and like extremely pushed for it to be released in theaters. And
Shout
then
out to the
ultimately
GOAT.
like shout out to the GOAT for real.
So
he was
digital only would have been criminal.
Nolan was a
Nobody's watching
huge
that.
factor in getting it put in theaters.
Good on him, yeah. Because digital only, nobody's watching. That
Especially in 2001.
Yeah.
Like, it was only going to be DVD. Like, how would people even know about it?
Are you
That's
sure
what
it
I'm
was DVD and not...
That would have been DVD. I think at the time.
Nah, they probably put it on Netflix in 01 too.
I think he's talking VHS, but like,
No, they had DVDs in 01.
yeah, that's what
I
I'm
know,
saying.
but they,
Yeah.
I feel like they had more VHS.
I don't
I don't know.
know. I was just
have no
born, but that
clue.
might have been like the transition over. But regardless, though, like if you go to like
I read that it said DVD, so.
fair, but like if you go somewhere, you're going to like. Again, I was just born at the time. I don't know if you're going to Best Buy or like fucking
Hell yeah, I was going to Best Buy.
Blockbuster or something. I don't know.
Oh,
but like,
shit, that's what I meant. I was going to
yeah,
Blockbuster.
but like if you're going there and you're looking at all these DVDs and like say Donnie Darko wasn't in theaters at the time and you see everything else that came out around that time and you see all those and you see Donnie Darko, you're not going Donnie Darko. You're
But you
going
might
to-
see the cover image and you might pick Donnie Darko because it looks
maybe.
cool.
yeah, I mean, only like
How old were you in 2001?
4.
Okay.
When did this movie come out in 2001?
I have no clue.
I'm gonna figure it out. I want to see how old I was.
Were you alive yet?
No.
You were born in 02?
That's crazy.
Little that boy.
Look at that.
You were
Born
born
in
in 01?
Yeah, May 31st, 2000.
Came
I'm not
out on
leaking
your
that.
birthday.
What's your social, bro?
China already got that. It don't
One
matter.
shit.
Well, you're talking shit about RedTube or whatever the hell it's called.
Anywho, let's see what else I
It's called
got.
RedTube. That's a porn site. What is the new app? What's the new app called?
Please let us know in the comments.
I was alive when Donnie Darko
You
came out.
downloaded it. Red. What is it?
Dog, you want to see what it is in my downloads?
I don't know.
Look at that thing.
Ugh.
What the hell is
That's what I'm
that?
saying. You
Oh,
don't know
hell
what that is.
nah. All right. well,
Anyway, I was alive when Donnie Darko came out. October 26, 2001. I was June, July, August, September, October. I was 5 months old. I can't believe I had to use fingers for that.
the last one that I felt near and dear to my heart. So the guy, professor, like the young guy that Donnie was talking to about like time travel and the wormholes and all that shit, he was seen a few times eating candy in the movie. I don't know if you guys noticed that, because he decided himself that his character was going to be a diabetic.
Really?
Shout out to them type 1s out here, baby.
Shout out to the type 1s.
Very random. But this game's actually lit as fuck, bro. Edmonton might win. But
did you see that shot?
I didn't. I saw they scored though.
That was from like half court.
Half court, true.
That was shout out to the diabetics, and this is mad late, but that was a quote that I wanted to mention way earlier, and it just slipped my mind.
Run it.
When they were both talking, and they were talking about time travel and everything, and then it got to the point where the teacher was like, "I can't talk to you about this anymore because like I'll lose my job." But
you ripped that bitch.
Before that happened, Donnie was talking to him, and he started like spitting like crazy.
And he caught it, dude. That was a crazy shot, Mike. I'm sorry.
You're good.
But keep going.
Donnie started spitting like crazy when they're talking about time travel and everything, and he started getting real smart on him. He's like, well, if God decided time, then all time's pre-decided. I don't know why, but that one stuck in the brain. I mean, I heard that, and I was like,
that is very...
Yo, this guy's onto something here.
It's facts.
Facts.
I don't remember when he said that, though.
When he was talking to the teacher.
Yeah, he was talking to the teacher, and the teacher was showing him...
Wait, sorry. Can you say that quote one more time? Just so I have it in my brain.
Yeah, well, if God decided time, then all time's pre-decided.
That's a fucking bar, son.
Yeah, so that's on that too. I did have a question that followed up with that. Do you think all time is pre-decided?
Yes.
Like, do you think everything in your life is pre-decided by some higher figure, whether you believe in God, whether you believe in something else? Do you think that is all decided by some higher power?
I mean, I don't want to get too deep into that, but yes, I do believe that.
I also believe that. I think everything is laid out in front of me, and there's a path I'm going on.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we could start a different podcast if we're going to talk about our belief systems.
Fair.
But yeah, it's a good way to end it. I fuck with that, Mike. I do believe that.
Right. But on that note,
we done?
We're done? You got anything else?
No, I don't got nothing.
You got anything else?
Nah, I love ending on that bar.
I think I'm cooked. Yeah, I think I've been through it all.
Yeah, sick movie. Definitely want to watch it again.
I'm happy we found one that...
Just mad confusing, but like, I'm
happy we found one that you liked.
I know, all right.
It's been a minute.
What? Say what you're thinking. I liked all the movies, but I also talk shit about all the movies.
No, I'm saying I like the movies that I picked. Dingus. Actually, no, I didn't. 'Cause I picked Shutter Island. But it's not what I was going to say. But what movie are you picking next week?
What were you going to say?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Oh, you forgot.
All right. We ball regardless. Thank y'all for hanging out.
You got 30 seconds. You ain't got all that time to do it.
Regardless, thank y'all for hanging out. Next week, I'm going with Sam Raimi. Little Spider-Man 1, the OG. The OG.
Toby.
Grew up with that movie. My goat.
Toby.
Going with Spider-Man 1, Tobey Maguire, Sam Raimi,
Town.
James Franco, Kristen Durst.
Willem doesn't pop up till number 2, right?
No, he's in 1.
Goat.
He's in 1.
He's
Anyway,
James Franco's father.
Movie's goated.
Sure
We're watching
is.
Spider-Man 1 next week. Thank y'all for hanging out. This was Donnie Darko. Shout out Nate Donk. Shout out Philip Somber.
Colin
One Golf. And
Yeah.
we love y'all.
Got a couple goons in the bed.
Bye.
Yeah. Look, got a couple goons in the back, and they all got a little heat sensitive smoke. They don't even gotta move from the back. You don't gotta look for the game. If you see me, always been a cool where I'm at. Okay. Shawty said she tryna take a Nate Donk break. When this drop, she about to relapse. I'm in the field.